What is going on, everybody? Gotta have the theme song. What is going on? It is Sunday night. This is the Dope Show live, and I'm looking at you cockeyed. So what is going on? All right. What can I say? Today's Mother's Day. Start out with that. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. It's also a comic book Mother Day, if there's a such thing. If you're a mother to your comic books, then happy comic Mother's Day to you. And it's also Sunday. So if you got any kids that's male, they're your son. So it's Sunday. You get 52 of those a year. So what about all that? Anyway, happy Mother's Day, happy Sunday, happy comic book Reader's Day. I don't know. So what is going on? What other announcements do we got on next Sunday is the big show. It is the 21st, I believe. It is going to be called Mega Collectors. It's going to be the first Mega Collectors on the channel. It's going to be me and two more people. We're going to have a topic. We're going to show off our top 10 a piece of this certain category that only I know. I think I've told them about. But there's going to be some mega books next week. We're bringing out the big books under this category. These other two guys are mega collectors. It's going to be big books, big time, fun in the sun for all the Dopetopians, all the YouTubians. And what is up, KB? KB, we're going to have a good night tonight. I'm going to go over the hit list and show you. We're halfway through the year. I'm going to show you all the books I picked up, big books, cool books, no little books, just big books that I picked up that's been on the hit list and some that wasn't on the hit list that I just had to get because it was a good deal. So that is that. Other things, I've never begged or anybody for subscribers. Really don't care about subscribers, but I think I've been at 396 for a while, and my OCD is bothering me. Let's get that to 400, and then I don't care if I get any more, but get it at least 400. KB, tell some people, tell your, somebody, your baby's mama, or start some separate accounts and get me up to 400. Come on, man. What's going on with that? Get me up to 400. Dang, KB. Anyway, what else is going on? Last Sunday night, we didn't have a show because my dumb ass had to go watch Guardians 3. I was glad I did. Guardians 3. Guardians 3 was it's the only series I know that part 3 was as good as part 1, if not better. It's been going on now for a while. What can I say about it? It was really good. I liked most everything about it. The only thing I really didn't like about it was Cosmo, the space dog. He shouldn't have been in the movie. KB, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's got Cosmo, the space dog. He needs to get out of here. I don't know how you're going to carry that on. James Gunn is jumping ship. Cosmo shouldn't even been in the movie. KB, I don't know if you've even saw the movie yet, but you're fixing to hear a bunch of spoilers if you ain't. It's kind of sad nobody died. I agree, Rocket is probably my favorite character, but if he'd have died and you'd made Howard the Duck the leader of the new group, I'd have been happy with the new Guardians of the Galaxy with Warlock, Howard the Duck, Groot. And what I would have did, I'm fixing to get on my soapbox. I was okay with you keeping, the whole Raccoon and Groot. I was glad that you got rid of the girls. I was glad you got rid of Star-Lord. I was okay with keeping the Raccoon instead of Howard the Duck. But one thing I'd have did different. Don't bring in old Cosmo the space dog. We don't need Cosmo the space dog. Let's catch up. Here's Hippie. Hippie, what is going on? What is going on? What is going on? I wouldn't suffer anything less than 420. Laughing out loud. Oh, Hippie, you the man. I was just telling KB, I don't care about subscribers, but because of you, I had some people come over my channel this week, and I got up to 396. So I'm right at that 400. And one guy said he came over because of your channel. So thank you for what you did, Hippie, and thank you for the sub. We also got Fast George. What is up, Fast George? What's going on, man? And look at there, old man cave. Man cave. I'm just gonna let the bags out of the. We'll let the beans out of the bag. Man cave. You're a week early. Next week is the week we're gonna have mega collectors on here. I ain't gonna tell you the topic, but me and Man cave and one other guy is gonna bring the heat next week. We're gonna do our top 10 of a certain category, and there's gonna be some mega books because Man cave and this other guy don't play. This is Mega Collectors. So it's going to be big time. That's all I can say. KB, not a big Marvel fan, so I'm good. Like the movies, though. I'm not a Marvel fan. I was just thinking about that. The only thing I like Marvel was Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't like my daughter, like the Spider-Man movies. I don't watch Spider-Man. I took my son to watch Doctor Strange. He didn't like that. I took my son to watch Shang-Chi. He didn't like that. Damn movies are 2.5 hours long. I don't like that. I'm an old guy. I like them 90-minute movies. The only movies I do like is the James Gunn movies. I love DC's Suicide Squad. And, you know, I think this has a little bit of the vibe, or that's got the vibe of that, whatever, because they're both wrote by James Gunn. So now that James Gunn's jumped ship, there's no point for me to even watching more Marvel movies because I think all I like is James Gunn's movies. Because I also, you know, I love Peacemaker and all that stuff's pretty cool. So I'm just going to get on my high horse now. The worst part of the movie I felt was how in the hell do you? I can see how you can continue. Well, Warlock. I like that on Warlock. I thought he was pretty good, but I don't see how you're going to continue with Cosmo the Space Dog. Instead of having Cosmo the Space Dog, who you should have had was Rocket, Groot, Warlord, and this guy right here. This guy right here should have been the other guy in the group. If you want to get weird, you want to get kinky, you want to get funny, you want to get strange, you should have brought this guy into the group. Because this guy I got right here would have been an awesome person inside of, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy. Instead of Cosmo Space Dog, you need somebody that's like a C-3PO meets Inspector Gadget. And who would that have been? Oh, pow! Machine Man. There ain't much I like about Marvel. I agree with you, KB. But Machine Man is odd. He's fucked up. He's weird. He's like me. Machine Man is one of my favorite characters. And one of my favorite Marvel covers all the time is where Hulk is smashing Machine Man into pieces. Jack Kirby goodness, Machine Man never got the love he deserved. Machine Man would have been a great guy to like be that C-3PO, that Inspector Gadget. He could do a lot more for Guardians than a damn Cosmo the Space Dog. Come on, man. Come on. What the hell? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Oh, me. Hell yeah, sounds awesome. I don't know what sounds awesome to you, Fast George. I hope you're talking about this damn Machine Man right here. Machine Man would have been the best one. I've been waiting on Machine Man for a while. I'm collecting 1 through 10 of Machine Man. I think I've got 8 of them. The other 2 are between here and Texas. My comic book shop sending them to me. Don't overpay for these things. I just got number 1 this year, and I think I gave $6 for it at Nashville Comic Con. And some people was asking $50 for a copy of Machine Man number 1, which is dumb. I love Machine Man. Cheap book. Awesome thing if you just want to find something to collect. 1 through 10 of these is really awesome. I don't know why, but my OCD, I like to collect 1 through 10 of stuff. Machine Man, I'm finishing this run. I'm also finishing the run of DC Shadow, the 74 series. 1 through 10 on that. I think I like 2 books I have in all that run. I think it's like 6 and 10. And then I'm also finishing up my Swamp Thing run. I've got, of course, House Secrets and stuff, but I'm finishing up my 1 through 10 on the Bernie Wrightson covers of that. It's not expensive either, but it's just fun to go out and find these things. And they're weird, and they're kooky, and they're not expensive, and they're cool stuff. Marvel don't have a lot of cool stuff, but what they do got is Machine Man. They got Hulk. They don't know how to use Hulk. They don't know how to use Machine Man. They don't know how to use Blade. They don't know how to use Punisher. I mean, come on, man. They don't know how to use the good stuff they got. So, and even Man Thing. They don't know how to use Man Thing. I wish they'd bring some of this stuff to life. Man Thing, Machine Man, Hulk. I mean, Hulk, they got hanging out with She-Hulk, talking. I don't like the Credible Hulk where he talks and he's smart And he walks around in a trench coat, lives in New York, and shoots machine guns and has a girlfriend. That ain't my Incredible Hulk. I like the Incredible Hulk where Banner, he's suicidal, he's full of rage, he tries to shoot himself in the head, and of course he turns into Hulk and he's got a bullet between his teeth, or he jumps off of a cliff trying to kill himself, and he turns into a Hulk and just smashes into the ground. I want the uncontrollable rage. I want the Hulk that kills good guys and bad guys. I want that guy. But Marvel ain't going to give us that guy. They're not going to give us the cool blade that goes around killing vampires and it's rated R and bloody as shit. They're not going to give you that. They're not going to give you the Punisher that kills, drug lords and evil cops. And they're not going to give you that, but they should. But they won't. Anyway, Machine Man #2. Was that right? Now, this was the 70s, and they got pretty close. What's them things that them cops be running around in downtown Nashville and downtown areas, them little Segway things? That's pretty close to a Segway, except it's got a third wheel back here. But if you took that wheel off, that's close to a Segway, bro. I think maybe Jack Kirby could see in the future, but it looks like maybe the part that got me, I never noticed, but it's going through his ankles. So I don't understand that, but he's riding this backwards three-wheeler. This was a design from the 70s that Jack Kirby did, and it's close to a Segway. So Jack Kirby might have been a little psychic or something. He might have been able to see into the future. But this is a Machine Man 2. And I might as well show you 3's on the way from my comic shop. Here's 4. I mean, beautiful book, beautiful book. This dude here, he's got his mask flipped up, and he's shooting a laser. I mean, it's a laser face. He'll shoot you right in the dead damn face. He don't care. He's laser face. Let's see here. Fast George, what you got to say? Exactly. The Hulk is a monster, not a calm hero. He's supposed to be full of rage, right? Would love to see Machine Man make it in big screen. I would too. Machine Man. We're gonna have to start doing something because we need Machine Man on the big screen. It needs to be a kooky movie. He would have been perfect for Guardians. But no, we got Cosmo the dog, which don't make any sense. Howdy, y'all. Can't stay, but I'm just saying hi. Of course you can't stay, Von Chillin. You got to go chilling somewhere else. Love you, though, Von Chill. I'm glad you stopped by to say hi. What is going on? Here is another one. Here's a cover. This is like a rapper stance. He's standing there like he knows he's the shit. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm the shit of the galaxy. I'm Machine Man. But he's the living robot. That's 5. And then we got 6 here where he's getting wally-whopped. He's getting wally-whopped right in the damn eyeball. So I don't know if Machine Man can get a black eye because he's mainly kind of like C-3PO. Can he even get a black eye? It's bedtime. How old are you, Von Chilla? Where's home at, Von Chilla? Because I'm here in the central time zone, and it's 7 o'clock. So I take it you must be somewhere else. But I feel you, Von Chilla. I got to get up at 4 in the morning myself. Here is Go Gadget Arms. This is Machine Man with a nation against him. Look at him. He's got the Go Gadget Arms. He'll bitch slap you from across the street. And that's what he'd probably do to Hulk. He'd bitch slap Hulk from across the street. We'd probably bitch slap, Banner from across the street. Can he talk? He'd probably bitch slap Banner from across the street. Banner would get madder than hell, turn into the Hulk, and come over there and just wow. And since we're talking about that, I can't quit thinking about it. Oh, me. Let me see something real quick. Since we're talking about it, once he bitch slapped Banner, it would be on. And I would imagine, where are you at? I would imagine this is what would happen. He would bust his little ass in half. Wha-pow! He just broke your damn hip bones like they were fucking lug nuts. But that's the first time in my life I've ever said that sentence. I've never said that sentence in my life. I'm 45 years old, but never have I said bust your hip bones like they're fucking lug nuts. But I just said it. Beautiful book. For all y'all that love Machine Man and wish he was in the new, Guardians Galaxy 4, we're not going to get it. We're going to get Cosmo the dog. But here is Machine Man. What is this? Number 8. So, and then the last Machine Man that I have, because I'm waiting on 10 to come from Comic Shop also. This will finish my 1 through 10 run when I get that number 10 and that number, whatever other number I just told you. But I want to collect 1 through 10, the final battle of Machine Man. So I don't know why they didn't use Machine Man, why they didn't bring him. But, you know, they didn't bring him. Didn't bring him. Stay up late making up for it when I was a younger. You're right, Hippie. Hippie, we got to have you on the show. I think you're one of the ones we ain't had on the show yet. We got to have you on the show before long. Maybe about the 1st of June we can get you on the show. We can talk some Machine Man or some horror or something crazy. And looky here. We got the man, Bizarro Feet. It's kind of like, you know, fat. Maybe it's fat. Bizarro Fat. I got a special song for you. Damn. Glad you came and joined us, Bizarro. You sound like you fit right in good with a name like that, Bizarro Feet. Oh, me. I'm in Pennsylvania, and I'm up at 5 o'clock every morning. I got to go to bed around 8 o'clock every night and read myself to sleep. I agree, Von Chilla. What are you reading? Are you reading anything good? Are you reading something crazy like Machine Man? Are you reading something like Man Thing? Are you reading something good? At least tell me you're reading something good. It seems like a good routine. And what else we have here? Would love it. Well, we're going to get you on for long for sure. Maybe about, see if I got any openings. I know 21st is full. Maybe around the 1st of June, I'll get you to come on. I've been on the show with you before. Me and you was both on Tylox's show together. So I know you a hoot. Oh, Hippie Collectibles. I know you hoot. We both play guitar, you know. That's a must. We both play guitar. You got guitars in your room, and I don't know if you've ever saw it. Oh, Hippie Collectibles. Look at all those guitars over there, Hippie Collectibles. We got guitars everywhere, Hippie Collectibles. So, you know, we can talk whatever. Let's see here. Oh, Hippie Collectible just brought up the elephant in the room. He's been reading Sink. Sink is my favorite, one of my favorite reads of all time. If you ain't reading Sink, it's a horror book. It's a modern horror book. It came out 5 years ago. It is awesome. It's written by John Lees. It's amazing. Issue 2 is one of my favorites, Hippie. I know, Hippie, if you read issue 2, I try to read issue 2 every year. Issue 6 is one of my favorites, and it's a silent issue. There's no words in issue 6, but it's amazingly wrote. The story is told phenomenally just by artwork. It's brutal. Issue 2 was wild. Oh man! Oh hell yeah, dope. I have 12 myself. Yeah. El Green Machine. You know, I can't go with Sunday night if I don't get to say El Green Machine. It ain't no fun. You know, you gotta say El Green Machine. El Green Machine's here. Always reading something good. I read mostly nonfiction, including massive amounts of true crime and war stories. Dr. Von Chilla, I love Golden Age books. I love pre-code horror, but I love crime just as much as I love pre-code horror. And I had a show on here not too long ago. It wasn't a live show. It's one I just threw on here. And I showed the difference between crime and pre-code horror. And crime covers are a lot more violent than pre-code horror ever was. Some of them crime covers where there's decapitations, there's people decapitating people, putting heads in what do you call that? Damn, you know, hole in the middle of the road. What's that called? Anyway, they got them throwing their heads in holes in the middle of the road, potholes, whatever. They got them burning heads on stoves. They've got people getting decapitated and chopped up in bathtubs. They got people committing suicide. They got people hanging. The crime covers are always a lot worse, I thought, than the pre-code horror, even though pre-code horror got the bad rep for what was going on. You know what I'm saying? El Green Machine. Pop! Give me knuckles, El. And I like L. A lot of people hear me say El Green Machine and they think I'm speaking Spanish, like El Taco. But no, I'm saying L, like the letter L, not as in loser, but as lose fantastic. He is the man. He's El Green Machine. So, and I noticed me, El Green Machine, Hippie. There's a lot of us, Bizarro. There's a lot of us on here with some gray beards. So we might be the outcasts. We might just be the old men that loves pre-code horror and do what we do. You know, we like pre-code horror. We like the indies. We like all the oddball stuff. We like stuff like, you know, Machine Man and, you know, I don't know. I love a Man Thing and Polka Dot Man and all the weird stuff, you know. Speaking of people with beards, there is my man, Immortal Biggie Shaq. What is up? He is always around. He's doing his thing. He's one of the hardest working people on Facebook. I mean, it don't matter if it's 2 in the morning or 2 in the evening. Shaq's doing something. I've watched him do anything from go get Subway to mow his yard to repair houses to digging comic books to being on his shows where he does collectible shows, all that kind of stuff. And I just, Biggie, thank you for helping me with my subs. I'm 3 subs now or 4 subs away from 400. So all of y'all go out and make up fake accounts and at least get me to 400. I don't care if I get over 400, but I've been stuck in this 395, 96 range forever. My OCD is not really going well right now. I need to get over that 400. Once I get over that 400, I won't think about it again until I'm about 497 if I sit on it forever. So I got to get over the 400 mark. Even if y'all got to make up fake names, just do something. Get me over the 400. Get me to 400. Oh, man, Howard the Duck lives. I mean, if Howard the Duck would have took Rocket Raccoon's place in part 4 of Guardians of the Galaxy, I'd have been fine with it. I don't think Howard the Duck is as good as Rocket Raccoon, but it had been a new chapter. It had been something new to look forward to. But now we just got the same old, you know. I mean, I love Rocket. He's probably my favorite character of all of them, but we still got the same old Groot Rocket lineup. We could have went with Howard the Duck. We could have went with Warlock. We could have went with Machine Man, and I'd have been happy. I'd have been happy if we kept Drax the Destroyer. I thought he's a little goofy and kind of fun. But I'll tell you real quick, Warlock he's looking like a beast. He looks like he was as strong as all the Guardians before in the very first of the movie. He was kicking a bunch of ass. Oh, man. Dude, the free comic book day, the Fabulous Fury Freak Brothers are so good. I might need to check that one out, Bizarro. Fabulous Fury Freak Brothers. I didn't do free comic book day this year because there was nothing I really liked that I knew about. But I didn't hear that one. I might need to check that one out. Trapped in a world he never made. Let's go to 400. We need to go to 400. I mean, I don't expect many people like my channel. I'm just an old man that likes Golden Age, pre-code horror, indie horror. You know, I love all the I like all the stuff nobody else likes. So I wouldn't expect anybody to really want to come to my channel. I was surprised when I first started the channel. I thought, well, if I got 100 people, I'd be happy. And I was surprised that this many people actually set me up my first year. But 400 is a good number. I wouldn't mind being a 400 because you ain't gonna come on here and we ain't gonna do any. You know, we read modern horror, but we don't do any kind of spec talk. We don't do any kind of. I'm never on here doing drama. Drama is what gets your views up. If you want to get your views up, do some drama. I go to some of them drama channels. Them dudes got down 2.2 thousand views just watching 2 people fuss about a stupid ass CGC plastic case. Or, whoa, look at this plastic case. It's awful. I can hear it pop. I mean, who cares? Or, oh, so-and-so put acetate cover on my book and I'm mad. It's got extra staples and I got a 9.8 and it's got holes in it. I mean, who cares? I don't care. Just read your books. Enjoy your junk. Freak Brothers is great. See, everybody's knowing this damn Freak Brothers. I need to get on. I'm lost. I don't know nothing about it. First Flexo. I don't know nothing about that. Ramfast. What is up, Ramfast? It's good to see him. He's always collecting all kinds of stuff. He's in the Silver Age horror. Silver Age horror, sorry. Well, he likes that stuff too, but he's in the Silver Age Spider-Man. He's trying to put together his 1 to 100 run. We got a new person here. Chris Palatos. I just butchered your name all up. But started collecting horror comics, dude. You came to the right place. I'm going to show some horror comics tonight that'll knock your socks off. Some rare stuff. There's only 7 in existence of one book. There's 8 of existence of another book. We're going to get around to it. We're 25 minutes in. I like to keep it under an hour, so it won't be long. Chris or Nitz or whatever the hell your name is, you're going to get to see some cool horror books here in a minute. So I'm glad you came and hanged out with us because you're fixing to see some good horror books. I'll show you some stuff that you probably never saw if you just got into collecting. It was a hardcore devoted to Howard back in the day and was devastated when it was canceled. Yeah, Von Chilla, I'm a big Man Thing fan. And I know the first Man Thing magazine, the first time you ever appeared was in Howard the Duck. And, you know, that book, or maybe, no, the first time Howard the Duck appeared was in Man Thing. I don't know. But either way, that book cost a lot of money because it's fucking Howard the Duck. And I don't want no Howard the Duck. I want the Man Thing. All right. Oh, yeah, I love watching your videos, sir. Well, I love showing you to them because you never know what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do. I try to keep it real on here. You know, it's just me and a bunch of real people. We got Freaky Louie. He's a big Spider-Man collector. He's laughing with something. You know, there's a lot of stuff to laugh at on here, Freaky Louie. We get freaky on here. We talk some stupid shit. We keep it real. Freaky Louie. Who else we got here? Y'all need to go out and sub each other up. Sub each other up. There ain't many of us people that's into this kind of stuff, and it'd be important to have a little tight community. So we are the only ones. We might be the Freak Brothers. Everybody's talking about this Freak Brother stuff. We are the Freak Brothers. We like all the freaky stuff. You know, I'm into the Pacific comics from the 80s. I love all that kind of stuff. The Twisted Tales. I'm into modern horror. I'm into crime. I'm into the old House of Horrors, the Frankenstein Universal stuff, the Mummy, you know, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Where the hell is it at? Stuff like that. I'm into all that. Howard the Duck. When K-pop was in all that shit, she's always in all that shit. She's always talking about Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck. K-pop, glad you're here. There you go. One more. Somebody said, I guess I got me a sub. I think that's what he's talking about. Freaky was in the club. Oh, thank you, Freaky, for subbing me up. I will sub you up when we get off from here, Freaky Louie. Trying to get to 400. Biggie, what's up? Crazy guy. Comic song, too crazy. Glad to have you here. Crazy guy comic song. Good to have you here. And look who made it here. Brian. He made it to Dopia. There's nothing like Dopetopia, Brian. This is where all the dope heads, all the dope show people come. Welcome to the Dope Show. Not many people know about Dopetopia, Brian. You won't see this on none of your, what's your little list show you do? Comic awards. You won't see this on your comic awards, I'll tell you that. We're the underground network. Brian, you won't see none of us. We're the underground people. We're the people, the sewer people. We're just doing our thing. This thing's flying. I can't keep up with it. Reading Howard the Duck. Yep. Wow. Maybe we are. LCS was up. Didn't mind being called freak. Laughing loud. Horror is so cool. Horror is cool, man, and it's underrated. That's why I started this channel, because I collect rare golden age books. I'm fixing to show some here in a minute if I'll quit talking. And a lot of people don't know about them. And when people see them, they're always like, "Man, I love that. I wish I had a copy of that. I gotta look for a copy of that. I didn't know that exists." And I think more people would want golden age crime, more golden age horror, all the pre-code, the post-code horror, all that kind of stuff if they knew about it. A lot of people don't know about it because, you know, a lot of it was burned back in the day. You know, if you know anything about your history and you know about the book burnings was awful. Thousands of pre-code horror books burnt by leaders of your city, by community leaders, by church leaders. And then you had paper drives. A lot of people got rid of that stuff during paper drives. You got moss, you got house fires, you got, mold, moisture. You had all that stuff that killed these books. So if you see any pre-code horror books, love them no matter what shape they're in, because they're a treat. They're not around like other books. I remember back in the 40s, 50s, early 50s. The TV didn't come out to 55. There was no phone. The only forms of media you had back then was radio and newspapers and comic strips. So every kid was reading this stuff. And I could see where, the closer you got to 55, the more the pre-code horror got crazy. And you had the suicide covers and you had the hangings and people blowing their heads off. And they had to outdo themselves every year to sell books. But the flip side of that is I could see where the parent didn't want my kid running down the road and getting a Baby Ruth and RC and a damn, crime and suspense with fucking Klan on the cover or somebody getting her head blown off. So they had to put the label on there. They had to do it. But that made people like me want it more because it had the label on there. I remember as a kid in the 80s, whenever you was buying music and you was buying cassettes and the Tipper Gore shit, and all of a sudden parental advisory sticker got put on everything. And that just made it cooler if you were a kid and you was under the age 18 and you had that parental advisory, you had that rap album or that metal album, that parental advisory on there. It showed two things. It showed you was cool and it showed you had some bad parents. But that's besides the point. All right, let's see. We got Freaky Louie on here. Crazy comic book guy saying hi to everybody. What's going on? Yep, your ASM brother. Freaky Louie, since it's your first time on here, I'm going to let you know I got Spider-Man 1 through 100. And I know you're a Spider-Man guy. And right here in the front, we'll just pull one of these out and show you. That's for you, Freaky Louie. There's your 2.5 since you're a new person on the channel. I got a 2.5. This was sold at yard sale for $1.50. If you look right there, you can see $1.50 written on it with pencil. You see that? $1.50 right there. You see that? And there's the name of the two little boys that owned it in Cleveland. It was Max and Charlie. They sold it at a yard sale for $1.50. I'm the third owner of this book. I paid more than $1.50 for it. But I have Spider-Man 1 through 100. Freaky Louie, if you ever want to talk Spider-Man, you just come on here and we'll talk some Spider-Man. Oh, man. Let's see what everybody else is talking about. People just talking to each other. I'm way behind in the chat. Let's see. There is my man. There is my man, Gary. What is going on, Bizarre Brain? If you don't know Bizarre Brain, sub him up. He is the man. He does a lot of cool artwork. I don't know if you can see any of it. He did that werewolf. He did that werewolf right there. That was his work, and he did that. You can't see that too good, but Bizarre Brain, he's got a channel. Sub him up. He's into horror. He's into everything we're into. He's into the House of Secrets, House of Mystery, mystery tales, weird mystery tales, weird war tales, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Talk SM to me. Kind of reminds me of the Poison song. Talk dirty to me. That's probably before your time, Freaky Louie. You a youngster. Let's see here. Hot damn, says Freaky Louie. Yeah, man, we got one of the first things I ever collected, Freaky Louie, was a Spider-Man 1 through 100. And the reason I collected those is not because of Spider-Man. I like the villains. I'm into dark stuff. When I was a kid, there was no dark stuff. The only thing I had was Marvel and DC back in the day. I collected all Hulk because he was pretty dark. And through Hulk, I found out about Mr. Hyde. Started collecting all the Mr. Hyde stuff. And him and Hulk were both people that turned into monsters. And then I found out about Man-Thing. But with Marvel, the only thing I liked was really the Punisher and Hulk. And my dream book was ASM 129. I have a really nice copy of that, and it's signed by 3 people, Stan Lee being the most important. But where was I going with it? Oh, yeah. So I just wanted the villains. The villains in the run of the ASM 100, I loved Goblin. I liked a lot of the Shocker and a lot of people like that. So I wanted to collect 1 through 100 because there's so many good rogues gallery in 1 through 100. So that's what I did. I collected all of them. But later on, I grew out of Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff. Whenever I got introduced to like indie books, like in the 80s, they had like Twisted Tales. Richard Corbin Richard Corbin drew all that and loved all that, and then started getting into your House of Secrets and your House of Mystery and the DC 70s. And then from the 70s, we went to the 60s and then the 50s and the 40s. You just keep going back as far as you can. And now a lot of stuff I collect, Freaky Louie, you're 42. Where's all your gray hair? Maybe that's why you shave. You look a lot younger than that, brother. You're going to have to grow a big white beard like the rest of us. I'm 45 and got a white beard. I had a white beard since I was probably 40. So you'd fit right in the white beard. You'd look like me and El Green Machine. And I noticed some more of Biggie Shack. I think he's about 42, and he's starting to get a little gray in there. So Hippie's got some gray. Everybody's got gray in there. So sub everybody up. Like everybody. Let's get to my books before I run out of time. We're on 35 minutes. I try to keep it underneath an hour. This year, all right, we're halfway through the year. I'm going to show you some books I picked up this year. So far this year, I finished my hot list or my hit list, whatever you want to call it, for the books I want to get this year. Half the shit on my hit list this year, I really didn't want. I know that sounds weird, but what happened is every year I make my list, the top 10 books I want on my hit list. And at the bottom, I got 3 or 4 books. And every year they get skipped over. It's like, I'd rather have another pre-code horror. If I get $1,500, $2,000 in my pocket, I'd rather have another pre-code horror. I just kept skipping over these 4 or 5 books every year. And finally, I got tired of seeing the motherfuckers on there. And I said, you know what? This is the year. I'm cleaning this shit up. I'm going to buy them 4 or 5 books to get them off the bottom of my hot top 10 list, because I'm never going to buy them because I keep skipping over them. And I need these books because I got OCD and I need them for my collection. And so about 6 months ago, actually it went into, I think about November, I started picking these books up and wiped out all the stuff that was just kind of hanging there. One of the books is hanging there. I got Daredevil 1 through 80. And one of the books, last book I needed to finish 1 through 80 was this book. I never wanted to buy it because it was overpriced. And it's the first red suit Daredevil. But I decided this damn thing just keeps going up, especially the Netflix show and stuff. If I was going to get it, I had to get it because I had to finish my run of 1 to 80. And the reason I stopped at 80, because 80 is the end of the 15 centers. I first collected 1 through 6. I just wanted the yellow suits. And then I decided I'd collect all the 12-cent issues. And then I decided I'd collect all the 15-cent issues. So now I'm at 80. So I'm at 1 through 80. I needed this book to finish my run. I was glad to knock this off my 1 through 80 books. So I have Daredevil 1 through 80. Then another book I needed to finish up a run is Tomb of Dracula 10. I think this thing's overpriced. I don't think Marvel's ever going to do anything with Blade, but I needed this book to finish my run. It's just something I needed to finish my run. I love Blade. I wish they would do something with him worth of shit, but they probably won't. But anyway, this is my First Prince Blade in a 5.0. I needed it to finish my Blade run. I prefer Tomb of Dracula number 1 over number 10 personally, but most people don't. Let's see here. I know you love horror and other mainstream publishers. Do you get into some of the indie small press and self-published books? Yeah, man. Any small press shit I can find, I love. I mean, I love Pacific Comics a lot. They were small back in the day. Of course, your Charltons. I still love the Golden Key, the Dale, all that kind of stuff. It's all great. I haven't found anything. The old Red Circle, love them. Later, hippie, what's going on? Mortal Biggie Shack says, I killed it this year. Straight bangers, yeah. Let's see what else I can find in here. Let's see. One of the things I want to knock off my run this year was Hulk 6 through 2. I never probably will be able to afford 1. So I always wanted 2 through 6, and I kept saying, well, I'll get it sooner or later. But it just kept going up and up and up. What is up, Jacob? You're late, boy. We've been looking for you for 40 minutes, Jacob. Jacob's a man. He loves a little swamp thing. Just showing my books off that I bought this year to knock off my hit list. But I wanted Hulk 2 through 6. And this is probably my favorite cover of the bunch. Metal Master here. He's turning a tank into a cage. This is a 3.0. I kept waiting to get these. And, of course, they just kept going up and up and up. And so I figured I better jump on them while I can. I waited too long. But I can't be really sad about paying the prices I pay for them now, because I was buying I was buying mainly during this time. I was finishing up my Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 100 and my Daredevil 1 through 80. So I was buying other things, but these went up a lot over the last couple years. So I had to pay higher prices for them. But now I have 2 through 6. This is number 6. And I love this kind of Hulk. This is the kind of Hulk I love. Drawn crazy. Drawn good. I love it. But that is number 6. This cover I thought was a shitty cover until I got it in person. And it's really a cool cover once you get it in person. It wasn't one of my favorite covers. This book I found a lot. But the Hulk up here was always pink. And I held out and I held out and I held out because for some reason I'm a sucker for stuff like that. And instead of getting a 3.5 with a pink Hulk, I waited around and I got a 2.5. But I'm more happier with this 2.5 because the incredible colors of the Hulk and the green, or the red up here. The green on the Hulk and the red up here makes this cover. Most time you see them, they're both faded pretty good. But this one's not faded at all. So I was happy to get that one and add it to the collection this year. Pass the mic! Every time I see this guy and I hear that, it just reminds me of the Beastie Boys back in the day. And I like Pass the Mic when I hear that name. It makes me happy. And what is up? What is up, City of Compton, my man Ben? What is going on? How is Metal Master not Magneto? Good question. Good question. If it had been Magneto on the cover, that book would have been a little bit more expensive, I'd say. Dope's got all the dope covers now. Yeah, I'm just showing you some stuff I picked up, big stuff this year. Oh, me. Not big stuff, but bigger than... I pick up a lot of books, but this is more the bigger ones that people like. Next, we got Hulk 4, which is the worst cover of 2 through 6. I thought anyway. I don't like the double panel. This is the last one I picked up. And this is really the hardest one to find for me anyway. It's hard to find a dark green Hulk. That's always faded. This red right here is always pink. But it's the best one I could find. It's a 3.5. I looked for a long time for it. Like Freaky says down there, incredible. Hell yeah, Freaky. Fucking incredible Hulk. Let's see. Then next, this might be my favorite Hulk cover of the bunch. I like this Hulk. We got a Hulk flying through here. This is a 1.8. It's the worst graded one of the bunch. But I love it because I've seen higher copies. I tried to look at the book and not the grade. And I could have got a 2.5 for the same price as this 1.8. And if I was a flipper or a seller, I'd have bought 2.5 because it's probably worth more. But I never have sold a book in my life. And this book was in a lot better shape. The yellow was yellow. It presented better. So I got the 1.8 for the same price as a 2.5. If I'm a dumbass, I'm a dumbass. But anyway, he's flying through there. I like the guy down here. What in the hell? Can't be talking right now. We are doing a show, people. Shit, people want me. That was probably a fucking radio station or something wanting me to come on the radio station. Or maybe a fucking TV channel, PBS or something. Want me to come on there and do a damn comic show or something for them. I can't do all that. I got my own shows to worry about. Quit calling me. I'm doing a show. Anyway, this is number 3. So get you some of that. I like that one a lot. Oh, me. All right. What else we got over here? And this is the one Biggie likes. Biggie says Hulk number 2 is his jam. I was jealous of Biggie's Hulk number 2 for a long time because I didn't have a Hulk number 2. And I picked this one up this year. This is a 3.0. And this one's another one. I came across a bunch of 4s, 3.5s, and the Hulk was pink. And the actual Hulk was very light green. And if anybody knows, this is the first Hulk ever in green. So on the cover, you would like for your Hulk to be vibrant. You want him to be green on the cover if this is supposed to be the first fucking green Hulk. But a lot of these fade. And the 2 colors that fade the worst is this turns pink and Hulk down here turns really light green, almost yellow. So I wanted to find a copy that I could afford. And this is a 3.0. It's one of the early cases, as you can see. It's got the little, I don't know if I can get it shown there, but it's got the little things like when you go to court, the little justice hand. Boop, boop, boop. But anyway, this is a 3.0. It's got a green Hulk, which I like, and it's got the red Hulk. So judge the book, not the grade. This is the one I got. This is the one that will be in my collection forever. This is Hulk number 2. Just picked up 4 myself. You can't go wrong picking up them Hulks, because this is the Hulk we like. This ain't that damn, like I said, this ain't Joe Fix-It. This ain't that Hulk walking around talking on She-Hulk. This ain't that Hulk that's walking around with Amadeus Cho with a fucking spike haircut. This is Hulk. This is what Hulk's supposed to be. He's a monster. I'd like to see him bash a good guy just as good as I like to see him bash a bad guy. He's supposed to be unpredictable. He's supposed to be jumping up and causing destruction. He's supposed to be, I think Banner's supposed to be suicidal. Banner's supposed to be a little skinny fuck with torn up clothes and just freaked out of his mind. He should be living under a bridge somewhere. He should be just nuts because this fucking beast keeps coming out of him, and it kills good people. It kills bad people. I would like to see Hulk jump in the air, save somebody's life, destroy some monster, and turn around. And when the little girl says, "Thank you, Hulk, for saving my life," him just rip her fucking head off too. The hell with you. That's what I want. Oh, me. Joe Rogan can wait. Let's see what else we got. It's the real Hulk. Yep. We want the raging Hulk. That's the good Hulk. We won't get that out of Marvel. They can't make that movie. That damn movie. People be pissing in their pants. They can't do that. All right. So then, here's the book. For whoever's in who is the guy up here in the top? Somebody who's just now getting into horror. This is the kind of horror you can find. This is a pre-code horror book I found this year on the cheap that I've always wanted. It's a classic cover. If you find the Weird Tara run and you find it in like a omnibus or something, it's usually this cover they use for that. This is a classic cover. This is a great book. It's by Comic Media. This is from, I think, 53, 52. But anyways, Weird Tara. If you look in the background, you got these people hung. There's a bunch of hung people back there. And here you got this dude in these Pope clothes, and he's kicking it like chicken. He's writing checks and breaking necks. He's making it happen. Captain, look at them knuckles. He will fuck you up. He looks like he's got a boxer stance. Anyway, this is Weird Tara. Cool book. It was just laying there. Most stuff I got this year is all CGC case, but that wasn't. Anyway. And then, all right, these are real rare books. I'll show them last. They're real rare. Here's maybe my favorite book I picked up this year. And it was one of my cheapest books I got this year. But I love this book because of the nostalgia. If you know the nostalgia, you know. But this is a book that means something to me because it's one of the first horror movies I ever grew up watching. My sisters had a sleepover and they went to the Video Vision, little video VHS run on my hometown, and rented a movie. And I had to slip in there and watch it. I wish I wouldn't have after watching it, but ever since then, it's one of the things that's got me hooked on horror all these years. And it is the first Freddy Krueger in comic book form, and it is signed by Robert Englund. It says Robert Englund, and not only did he sign it Robert Englund, he signed it Freddy Krueger. And this is the first appearance in comic book form. I also got him first appearance in Comics Period, which is a magazine-sized book, and the second appearance, and the third appearance, and I got the first 10 appearances because I love Freddy Krueger. But this is my favorite book just because it's signed Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger. I picked this up this year in a 9.2. Love it. Can't get enough of it. Says not intended for children on here. This is some of that stuff we talked about earlier. We was talking about, this is innovation. It came out in the 90s. I think it was Hippies was asking me if I'm into indie comics. I love all innovation. If you're reading innovation, there's Nightmare on Elm Street. There was Child's Play. There is Psycho. They did a bunch of these books. And if you ain't collecting all of them, I got them all, but I'll show them to you. But you need to go out and find them. But I just finished the Psycho run. I mean, they're all great. So go just get on eBay and type in Innovation Comics, and you'll see all the different titles they had. They had a bunch of horror books, and you can get some great stuff from the early 90s. And this is one of the things I bought. And I'll tell you, I bought this book, and it was cheap. It was $450. and it was Robert England. I paid thousands for some of these other books, and I like this book better. This is just something that's personal to me, and it's one of my favorite pickups of the year so far. What else is laying around here? I got 4 books left. I'll show you these. Well, let me show you this one. This book here, I posted on IG today, and people love this book. And let's see here. No one's that old school. Let's see. Innovation came out with some good stuff. You're right, Hippie. They did come out with some good stuff. There's Madam Blaster. Madam Blaster, she's great. I don't know if I can get her. Let's see. Well, I was showing other people's artwork earlier. There's a picture that Madam Blaster did of me. She's always doing artwork and sculptures and stuff. And if you're not signed up to Madam Blaster, go sign up to Madam Blaster. Trying to get everybody to sign up to everybody's stuff. I'm close to 400 and need people to sign up to follow each other and get a strong community here. Brazar says, my wife is a big Freddy Krueger fan. Oh, yeah, who ain't a big Freddy Krueger fan? Peace out. See you later. Glad you came and joined us. Come back next Sunday at 7 o'clock, crazy guy, because we're going to have Mega Collectors. It's going to be a dope show. I hope, because it is the dope show. Anyway, we got 3 or 4 more books laying around here to show. But most people I found on my channel, I posted this book today on IG, and most people I found on my channel I've got my group that loves Golden Age, and they also love pre-code horror. And then I got my modern horror guys. And I love both. I love reading modern horror, but I collect Golden Age horror. And I collect any kind of horror, actually. But this book right here kind of ties everybody together. Everybody appreciates this book. It don't matter if you're in a pre-code horror. It don't matter if you're in the new stuff. Everybody comes together when I show this book. This is the book that everybody loves. This is House of Secrets 92. I picked this one up this year. This one in a 5.0. I didn't want no color breaks on it's a black cover, and I didn't want any cover creases or any kind of color breaks on it. It's a beautiful book. And it don't matter if you're into pre-code horror. It don't matter if you're into, newer stuff. Everybody loves this book. Every time I show this book or post it on IG or just talk about this book, everybody appreciates this book. This is the book that everybody likes. So I thought I'd show this. I picked this up this year, and I was surprised by how much people love this book. But I get more likes on something like this than I do a rare pre-code horror book with only 7 known to exist. But this book here, everybody just loves. So this is my House of Secrets 5.0. Came out in 1971. Get you some. People love that book. What else we got? Now I'm going to show you two rare books I picked up this year. First, I'm going to show you a book I got last year. I got this book last year. This is Out of the Night number 8. And this book here is only 7 known to exist in the world. 7. Now, CGC has graded over 10 million books. CGC has been around since 2000, 23 years. In 23 years, they've had 7 of these that come across their desk. That's 1 every 3 years. And 7 out of 10 million. So more than 1 million books before they see another one. So when somebody says that's 1 in a million books, it really is 1 in a million books. If you've only found 7 of these and you did 10 million books, the average is 1.2, 1.3 million books before you find another one. And there's only 7 of these known to exist. And it took me a long time to find this book. And I found it last year. And let's see here. Let's see what everybody's saying. Wife used to sell me a Freddy Krueger gloves. Ooh, oh yeah. Evening. What is going on, Hobgoblin? What is going on? Glad to have you here, Hobby. What's going on, brother? Yeah, I knew you like that 92. But this one here, for some reason, is a lot rarer than the rest of the Out of Night. And it's just a weird book to have. And I have this one. And then Well, first I found an ungraded copy after looking for years and years and years, and I settled for it. And then I found this one in a 2.0, and it's the lowest graded copy ever. But I was happy to have it because there's only 7 known to exist. And like I said, they've graded 10 million books. So out of 10 million books, only 7 on the census. So that's one for every 1.3 million books that come across our desk. They've only found 7 of these. So I was happy with this. It's the lowest graded one, but there's only 7. So I was happy with this. And this year, of course, found another one. So I have 2 of the 7. These things are so rare. They're rare than hen's teeth. And if I see any more in the next 20 years, I'll buy them. This is the lowest graded book on the census. Of the 7, there's 2 2.0s. This one, my original copy has a torn corner. And then I got this one. It presents a lot better, but it's still 2.0. So I have 2 of the 7 known to exist. And I will buy any of the other 5 I find because I just love this book. I'm fascinated by it. And I want all 7 of these 7. So we will see what happens in my little world. All right, we got one more book to show. That one's 7 known to exist in the world on the CGC census. 10 million graded. This one here is 8 known to exist. This is the last book I picked up. Yeah, holy hell. What's the chances of me having 2 of them, my man? 2 of the 7 I own. And it's took me a long time to find them, but I have found them. So I'm always looking for another one. I think you're borderline hoarder now. I am. And this book I got here, there's only 8 known to exist. It's from 1945. Like I said, CGC has 10 million books they've graded now since 2000. So in 23 years, they've graded 10 million books. They've only graded 8 of these, 1 in a million. A million more books will come across their desk before they grade another one. Super rare. When you find these books, you don't know what to pay for them because you can't go back and look and see when one sold because none have sold. And if you do find one, it's a different grade and it didn't sell. It might have sold in 2004 or some bullshit. So it's hard you got to pay what you're willing to pay for one. You got to come up with what you think it's worth to you, and you got to fork over the money, and you got to have the money ready when it's time to roll because they're not waiting on you. And this book here, I look for years and years and years and years. I like to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning on Mondays before work. And I always go through my eBay searches because everybody usually puts stuff on there on Sunday night for 7 days. And I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and a lot of stuff on the West Coast has only been on there 2 or 3 hours because I'm on Central Time. So that's what this was. This book came from, I believe this is the one that came from California, and they posted it, and I found it on Monday morning. But anyway, this is, without any more talking, from 1945. This is Prize Comics number 53. And there's only 8 of these known to exist from 1945. This is number 53. You got the Colonel Sanders Devil. This is the last book I picked up here this year so far. Boxing was a big deal in 1945. It was one of the main sports in the United States. People loved watching Muhammad Ali and watching George Foreman and all that. And it was bigger than football. And, there wasn't no football back then. There wasn't no NFL. But it was one of your biggest sports. And you had the devil here, and you had to listen to boxing and stuff on, the radio. There wasn't even no TVs. TV didn't come out in 1955. So you listen to the radio and you just read magazines. But this is from 1945. There's 8 on the census. Super rare. 1 in a million book. This is the kind of stuff that I love to hunt and collect. I'm not into newer books. I like reading newer books, but they're not fun to collect because you hear somebody say, low production run. They only made 6,000. Well, fuck, that's 6,000. That's fucking 5,992 many. But anyway, I like finding shit where there's less than 10 in the world that's known to exist or see, on the census anyway. Weird shit. And this kind of stuff I'm into. We got this devil. This predates pre-code horror, believe it or not. It could be one of the first horror covers. because Precoat Horror wasn't really around back in 45, but it's a nice devil cover. Beautiful book. He's got the flared up hair on each side. He's got the Colonel Sanders bow tie and the little goatee, and it's a beautiful book. This is a Prize Comics number 53, and it's 4.0. So that is all the stuff I've picked up in the last 5 months. So we'll see what makes the top 10 countdown at the end of the year. At the end of the year, I always do my top 10 pickups. So we'll see what goes on with that. Drooling over that prize. Yeah, man. It took me a long time to get that one. Appreciate it, hippie. Have a super good night. I will see you later, madam. Thank you for coming by. But like I said, we're at an hour and 40 seconds. I like to keep the show to an hour. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I want everybody to sub up everybody. And if, like I said, if we can get me to 400, I've been on like 396 and 395 forever. Make up a fake account, use your baby's mama, do whatever you got to do. Get me up there, man. I just want 400. I don't care after 400 because I won't even keep up with it again until it gets close to 500 because I don't care. But I just feel like my OCDs just let me just hang here for a long time. And I've never said a word about it, but I just can't go no farther. It's like just 390 something, 390 something, 390. Get me over the hump. All right. Y'all have a great night. Great show. Thank you for so much. Uncanny. Where you been, Uncanny Dan? We've been an hour. I could have talked to you, brother. Don't wait till the end of the show to come on here and tell me that. Get here at 7 o'clock, Uncanny. Anyway, until the next time, I will see you again beneath a blackened sky.